In this video, I want us to have a look at a press statement released by Azimio about 1 hour ago. Azimio TV, our statement as Azimio, press release July 29, 2023. Statement by Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition Party. We, the leadership of Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition Party, having consulted the leadership of Kenya Kwanza under the facilitation of His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo on the state of our nation, desirous of a democratic and peaceful resolution of issues that beset our nation, expressing our condemnation and regret on the violence that has visited our nation with loss of life, serious injuries, and the destruction of property, affirming our commitment to adherence to the Constitution and the rule of law, determined to resolve our differences amicably for the benefit of all our people. We have therefore agreed with Kenya Kwanza to establish a committee of 10 composed of 5 members, each from Azimio la Umoja and Kenya Kwanza as follows. Number 1, 4 members from outside parliament, 2 from each side, and then the second, the leaders of majority and minority from the National Assembly, 3, 4 additional members of parliament, 2 from each side. Further details on this initiative shall be communicated in due course. That's a press release by Azimio. And from that press release, Azimio is confirming to their supporters that they are taking a negotiating route with Kenya Kwanza in solving the current political crisis in the country. And even before we dig deep into this, it's a fact that a handshake between Raila Odinga and William Ruto will only benefit William Ruto's political endeavors and not Raila Odinga. But having said that, in this video, I want us to have a look at some reasons why Azimio might be taking that route of maybe dialogue. This does not necessarily mean a handshake, but it's just some form of a dialogue. Whether this one will succeed or not, it's only time that will tell. But in this video, I want us to have a look at some reasons why Azimio has chosen this route. If you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. Yes. From that statement, it's clear Azimio is ready and willing to go back to the negotiating table. Why has Azimio chosen that route while it's very clear that the initial route similar to this one failed? The first reason, William Ruto has been trying to portray the Azimio brigade as very violent and not ready to dialogue. That's what William Ruto has been trying to paint and to portray to the international community. By Azimio stating that they're ready to go back to the negotiating table, Azimio is just trying to beat William Ruto in his own game. Let now William Ruto not have any other excuse that the opposition is not willing to dialogue or to make peace. I believe that's the main reason why Azimio has chosen that route. And then secondly, I'm seeing an Azimio that is just trying to buy time as they strategize their next course of action. And I'm saying that because it's a given fact that the kind of police brutality, the kind of police violence that was unleashed on Kenyans and on Azimio supporters, Azimio team was not prepared for that. That violence caught them by a surprise, and they were not prepared to handle it. By going back to the negotiating table, Azimio is just trying to buy time as they ponder and also as they re-strategize on how to counter a brutal Ruto's government. So the negotiations, in my honest opinion, is just a way Azimio wants to buy time to plan their next course of action. And then thirdly, if you look at the current political situation in the country, it's as if William Ruto is grabbing everything. 2027 presidential elections will very much be dependent on how the IBC will be constituted. As it is William Ruto reconstituting IEBC single-handedly. So through this mediation, through these negotiations, Azimio can also have a say in the reconstitution of IEBC, something that cannot happen if they don't go to the negotiating table. So that's also another strategy by Azimio in making sure the IEBC reconstitution is not left to William Ruto and Ruto alone. They also want to have a say in the reconstitution. That can only be done through these negotiations. Another thing I'm also seeing here, it's a fact from what we have seen that we have very many rogue elements in this government who are baying for the blood, or rather for Kenya's blood, and for the blood of top Azimio leaders. There are rogue elements in this government. So these negotiations are presenting a way in which Azimio can actually pacify or calm down those rogue elements in the government. And as they pacify them, Azimio is also getting to know who are these individuals in this government. And I'm saying that because already Azimio has sent a petition to ICC. They need evidence. They can only get helpful evidence if there is peace, because through that peace, they can get some very beneficial information from the government. I think that's also a strategy Azimio is trying to use here. Above all, as I conclude, it's a fact that any form of a handshake between Raila and William Ruto, it's William Ruto who will benefit. So I don't think Raila Odinga, from where he is, he might be interested in a handshake, because as it is right now, Ruto's government is already very unpopular on the ground. Any handshake with this government will only help the government in boosting its dwindling popularity on the ground at the expense of the opposition. So I don't think this might yield, rather lead into a handshake. This is just a strategy by Azimio as they re-strategize their next course of action. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. If you are watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.